Let's begin with our top focus this broadcast. India today has accessed the National Investigation Agency or the NIA Chargesheet. NIA Chargesheet claims that the 8-1 is an engineer were directed to carry out lone wolf attacks or even spit on the faces of Indians if they failed to carry out an attack. As per the investigative agency, an unknown handler was in constant touch with one of the accused, Ibrahim Yazdani, and was motivating the city-based 8-member group to carry out different kinds of terror activities and attacks across the country. NIA has also named Amriki as an accused along with another Syria-based unnamed handler. NIA is also believed to have recovered a note in which accused persons pledged allegiance to the caliphate of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the leader of the dreaded terrorist organization. Joining me from the newsroom is senior editor Gaurav Sawant. Gaurav, first of all, take us through the NIA charge sheet. Does it point to a lot of access, a lot of widespread activities as far as this module is concerned?
The indoctrination of 8 members of this module and the activities they were tasked to carry out, including lone wolf attacks across the country, has alarmed investigators. Now, those who've been charge sheeted include Abdullah bin Ahmad al-Amudi, Muhammad Ibrahim Yazdani, Habib Muhammad Ilyas Yazdani, Muzaffar Hussain Rizwan. The list goes on, but this was a module that was busted in June of 2016. What is alarming is the indoctrination process that the 8 underwent. The fact that they were made to listen to speeches of Bashar al-Assad, the president of Syria, anti-Sunni, motivating them to carry out attacks against non-believers in India and wherever else they are. So that is the alarming aspect of how the indoctrination happened and how they pledged allegiance to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi.
You know, Gaurav, the US Embassy has recently, in fact twice, actually reiterated its travel advisory saying that there are threats of ISIS terror attacks. But I remember the NSA Ajit Doval till a year and a half back actually denying that ISIS was a real threat to India or to the subcontinent. So at the moment, security agencies are working on which premise? How much of a threat are they looking at following the revelations about this module in particular?
The fact that several modules have been busted in Maharashtra, including some in Mumbai, some in Hyderabad, one in Bengaluru, several in West Bengal, some in Assam, goes on to indicate that these may not be Islamic State, the way they operate in Syria and Iraq, but it's local splinter groups pledging allegiance to the Islamic State and carrying out lone wolf attacks. And that is what is the big threat, not just to India, but to several countries across the world. We've seen an attack in Sydney. We've seen the kind of attacks that have taken place in Germany, including the latest one in Berlin, where a lone wolf, drove his truck into Christmas shoppers at a Berlin Christmas market. So that is the threat. And 1.5 years back, it may not have been that big a threat. Today, there is alarm and counter-indoctrination is the main agenda of the government, which is where operations are already underway.